All right, we're gonna go live here. We're gonna call this was episode 6.5, I guess, 5.5, 6.5, whatever the case may be. Already losing track. Just trying to test out this new microphone I got, see if this is gonna help with the sound quality. Try this camera out that I just found might make it a little bit better for the YouTube video. Not that that really is gonna matter. And just trying to see what the sounds like. Still having a hell of a time trying to get on Apple. I've spent since I started this going between Anchor, which is where I distribute my podcast from, and iTunes and Apple themselves. Been going back and forth with them. They keep redirecting me to each other about the upload issues. They're all saying there's no problem on Apple, but I've tried all the episodes, haven't worked on Apple. All good on Spotify, all good on YouTube. The most recent episode I did, Fran Solo, Fran Solo, I guess. That one I did just sitting on my bed, staring at a wall, talking into my phone on voice memos. And I uploaded that just to see if it was going to work. And that went on the Apple Podcast, no problem, audio. So I don't really know, trying to figure it out. Friday night, as you guys can see, I got my boy Reed K coming on. We're gonna blur out some of his information. My boy's about to be closing on the house. He's scared of what the rub off of Freddie might do for him. Might be getting him canceled, so we're trying to be careful, keep him out of those dangerous waters. I just wanted to connect with him. I'm reaching out right now to a couple people I haven't talked to. My boy Bill Snow. If you want me to edit out your name, I guess I can, but just shouting you out. Him and I worked together at Sherwin-Williams probably 6-7 years ago in New Jersey. And I texted my manager from way back in the day, and I was like, "Do you have Bill's number?" So he gave me his number. I reached out, told him about having my podcast, wanted to get him on for an episode. He agreed, so he's going on his honeymoon. Then he's going to come back, and we're going to go live. So I'm just hoping to reconnect with old friends, tell fun stories. And right now, my buddy Sharif and I are planning on doing an episode maybe Saturday. Him and I have completely different schedules, and we're trying to figure out something. So I'm not sure right now if I'm gonna, keep that under the verbal garbage umbrella or do something different with him and I. Because, like I told him, right now this is obviously fun and entertainment, but it's also I'm using this for a little bit of growth. To now I want to start talking to people, interviewing some friends, some acquaintances who aren't quite friends, anybody. Just pick their brains, see if I can sit back and listen, comprehend, try to learn to talk a little bit slower, to listen, all these little things. And I've talked to a few people so far, like, yo, you want to come on? Oh, I'm boring. I don't have anything to talk about. Boring is relative. I mean, as the great Dr. Henry Ford says in Westworld, only boring people get bored. To me, I feel like I've never been bored in my life. So we come on here, we just conversate. If you don't have anything you can think of, I'll start writing. For example, my buddy's coming on Friday night. I don't want to be playing anything at all, obviously, but I just got a little guest check back in my bartending days, and just wrote down a couple of hilarious stories that I can't afford to miss out on highlights. So I feel like I have to just write those down. And what I'm gonna do is just set them like right on the bottom part of my laptop, or put them over on my iPad screen, and just have them up in the background. And the conversation is gonna flow naturally how it's gonna flow. But these are little points for me to bring up, and like I said, just force me to kind of sit back and listen. So I'm very curious how I'm doing so far on the rate of speed coming out. I am from New Jersey, as most of you know, and I tend to talk very quickly. And it was very alarming when my brother Kurt texted me telling me I need to slow down talking, because anybody out there talks faster than me, I think it's that motherfucker. And to have him tell me, "Oh, you got to slow down," I'm like, "Oh man." We both sometimes listen to Ben Shapiro, and he talks extremely fast. If you've ever listened to him, and Kurt told me it's worse than him. So I'm gonna try to work on that. I feel like I got this microphone now, adjusting it, and that might help me. I mean, that has nothing to do with the rate of speed, obviously, but it might help me slow down, and constantly looking at it as a reminder that I'm being recorded and I'm talking. So I'm trying to do my best to slow that down. Yeah, so this just really, I just want to come on. I was just sitting around getting super frustrated on the chats with Apple and Anchor. I have them simultaneously going, and they're just both jerking me around. So I've resorted to Reddit, trying to pick some of the internet wizards' brains out there. tomorrow at work, I see a guy who used to be an audio guy, he always says. Um, what that means, I have no idea. I'm hoping that I can explain some of the issues that I'm having to him and he can help me out with that, because this is driving me crazy. And I apologize to anybody who, like myself, I primarily listen to podcasts through Apple while I'm doing other things. So obviously, like, it's funny. Before I got AirPods, I remember, before AirPods were even out, I was listening to podcasts, and like in the morning when I lived in New Jersey with it would be my dad, myself, my sister Jill, and then it was her boyfriend at the time, Mike. And we'd all wake up and work the morning shift, so we'd all be in the kitchen in the morning doing our own thing, trying to all get ready, make our own sandwich, do our everything. So like I'm so squirrel brained, as all of you already know, that when I'm listening to something like that, I really want to have it focused. I don't really like his background music. I just pick my nose on camera. Shit. By the way, let's be honest out there. This is probably going to be a question I'm going to ask everybody now. I think this might be the new theme. Do you pick your nose while driving your car? You say no. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. This is weird, but whatever. This is what we're doing now. I fucking will take like napkins I get, if I go to Chick-fil-A or something, I'll just leave a stash in my center console with a nice little thing of like flushable wipes and hand sanitizer right there. So if I ever have the urge to get some little, boogie, I'll got a little trash, little plastic bag I keep right in the side there, a little small one to put the little build up. So I get the little, I pick them, but then I put them in, go in my hands, swab them up. I can't believe I'm saying this. Put them on, put them onto a little napkin, put the napkin into a bag, and then wipe it off, put the flushable wipe into a bag, and then hand sanitize. So it's fucking disgusting. But I'm trying to take it's kind of contradictory because it's disgusting, but I'm also taking the measures to be clean as possible. Oh, Jesus Christ. If I did know how to edit, I'd probably go out and edit that and delete that part, but I don't know really how to do that yet. So, oh well. Do you pick your nose while you're driving? Yes or no? Because I think a lot of people are going to be ashamed to say it, but they do. Yeah. So now, like I was just saying about the conversions, I'm just struggling with that. The Apple, that's where I listen to most of mine, and it's just been so hard to get them on both there. So for right now, I'm using Zoom, which has led to most of my problems with the uploads, unfortunately. But I'm about to buy the Zoom Pro membership, like $105 for a year or whatever, because once I start getting people in here that are interesting to talk to and just have fun, I don't see how I'm going to be able to keep it under 38, 40 minutes. So, the ability to go to 3.5, 4 hours, don't know if it'll be necessary unless I'm talking with like my brother or really good friends that I can really talk to for extended periods of time like that and listen to my crazy ass thoughts. But so right now I'm probably just going to be sticking with Zoom, and then henceforth Spotify and YouTube are going to be the premier and the most accessible ways to listen and watch it. And if I can figure out how to do the thing where I can get the videos onto Spotify, and right now I'm not doing anything, I'm just talking into my camera, but I'm planning on trying to have a thing where I can start sharing my screen, pulling up videos, things that I find funny. There's going to be a whole series I'm going to have to do, probably at least 2 episodes chronicling what I was talking about earlier. Let me go fix this light real quick. Hold on. It went out. Like I was talking about on prior episode with my former co-host Mike. So nice having you. We had a good run, but it just wasn't meant to be, It's all good. We live, we try things out, we experience things, and that brings my thoughts back. I just remember where I was before this, but now I'm gonna go off on another thought, so I'll probably lose the thought that I just had, going back to it, but it's all good, baby. This is why we're doing it. And an impromptu one like this, I'm always planning on doing, 1 a week, and then it got to 2 a week, and now like it's probably gonna be 3 a week. And now I'm thinking about it, I'm probably gonna do on Saturdays at 4. And I don't care. I'm not following any kind of game plan. I'm just gonna have fun. If I have thoughts, like right now, I didn't have any thoughts. I just found this microphone. I just wanted to test it and upload it and see if the audio is any better. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna have to have like a multiple episodic series explaining my days working at Play and Trade, which is a retro video game store where you would go in, buy, sell, trade video games from Atari all the way up to. I mean, when I was working there, I think Xbox One just came out. As a matter of fact, that's where I bought mine from. Funny story. Oh my god, this is some bullshit. So yeah, I remember I was so excited when the Xbox One came out, right? And we kept it out, like at the store I was working out. We got, I think, three of them in. At one point, I worked at the Morristown Mall, and my brother and I, like, you know, we were both working. Like, I think he was working at the seafood section in ShopRite, slicing up rotten ass fish, serving it with these old disgruntled ladies that would bitch at him about the craziest little things. Like, I remember he would explain he was properly sanitizing, Windexing the outside window, wiping it, and they were telling him he was going to get the fish wet. Like, just little fucking shit like that. What was her name, Kurt? Oh my god. God damn, what was her name? Linda? The seafood section. So, anyways, I was working a plane trade, and the Xbox One had come out, and it's probably been out for already over a year. And I'm just getting to the point where I'm ready to trade my 360 in and upgrade to that. And I go ahead and I buy it, and then like a couple days later, I'm getting like the boss is calling me, accusing me of stealing the Xbox when there was literally a proof of purchase, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're saying all this stuff to me, and I'm just like, I can't even comprehend what I literally paid for it. Like my brother and I, we traded our Xbox and we split it, and this is fucking weird. But anyways, when I worked at the store, there was this kid named Jeremy Warren, who I'll just give the intro to the story now. This will be a kind of a good way to lead into it. Then we'll circle back to it later. Definitely don't want to go into it all now, but he came into the store one day and we had a manager. I mean, if hopefully he listens one day, but I don't mind saying it. Like the super dorky, and I'm a fucking dorky nerd, super dorky dude named Raz. And I remember like when I was getting interviewed, he asked me like if I love video games. I was like, of course I do, man. And I was like, but I gotta ask, like, Raz, are you a big fan of raspberries? And he started laughing. Are you serious, dude? And he was like a main character in one of the old school video games that I should have known about, supposedly. And I'm well versed in the Super Mario, the Banjo Kazooie, the Zeldas, those kind of games, but I just didn't catch his drift. So, anyways, this big crazy looking dude comes in the store, asking about, I think it was a PSP, a PlayStation Portable, these little handheld PlayStations, and he brought it in to try to get it fixed. And the manager was busy. He couldn't help him. Raz, he was busy. So he referred him over to me, point him, redirect him to me. So I'm sitting there and, I don't know anything about a PSP. I'm just sitting there. It's just like my job now. I don't know anything about any of the shit. People ask me about a problem. I'm like, I don't know. So he brings me up this PSP and he's asking if I can do anything about it. I think I literally just looked at him and laughed at him. And then he tried to get Raz's attention. Raz couldn't help him. So anyways, this guy goes home and way ahead of his time. No, trailblazer, truly. And if you think about it, he was doing a live podcast. He would come home, go on his laptop and record videos, but he was sending out like threatening, crazy messages to the video game store. And like Kurt and I still have videos somewhere. I got him saved as iPhone files for some of his audio bites that I saved, that I'm gonna have to learn how to do sound bites, incorporate them into the podcast. But so this guy went on for probably about a year making videos. His YouTube channel was PISS 4400. And he would start every video saying, I'm piss mad. And he would go on these rants about, the retard in glasses. And like, that's how I knew he was talking about me, just smirking away. And so he had a whole long series, and he would come back to the mall. He got banned from the store. He would stand outside the store staring me down with a book bag on. I always thought he was going to have like a gun or a bomb. So one of these episodes, I'm going to go back and really focus in on that and play the sound bites, the audios. I'm going to have my brother on to break it down because he saw him a couple times in the wild, untamed, untamed and loose, just out there and free in the wild. He proceeded to go on to make CVS videos where he would be in CVS taping random people and getting into fights with them by bumping cards, or not CVS, Goodwill. So yeah, my boy Jeremy Warren, shout out. Hopefully you're going to listen to the show. That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, after this, I'm going to go on his YouTube channel, see if it's still there, and drop a comment, tell him to check in. So anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I might be doing up to 4 episodes this week, and that's just me trying to experiment, trying new things out. My buddy Sharif and I remember right when I first started listening to podcasts, I texted him about just seeing if he listened to, I forget what it might have been like Michael Rappaport at the time or something. And he was listening, back then they weren't as popular as they are now, obviously. Now even look at me, I'm fucking doing one. I mean, Jesus Christ. So right then, like I kind of knew we had a similar interest, and to this day, we've always been going back and forth, and we were kind of going back and forth the last day or two about a few ideas, and I think we're gonna try something out on Saturday to see how it goes. And I put out the idea of maybe him coming up with a whole separate name and theme and idea, and then we kind of go off of that, where I can be like kind of a co-host, a little dash of comedic relief, if I do say so myself, hopefully. Or because I feel like this verbal garbage thing I'm doing now, it's starting to gain a little legs. I'm starting to like this little solo rambling stuff and having people on and just talking to them. I'm really excited. I mean, I consider smoking weed like sober. I hate to say it, but like I can do it and do anything. And like if I smoke a bong pack before, so it's totally fine and normal. I've yet to get some liquor in my system. Reed Reed P, Reed K blank. Certainly a candidate. Kind of want to get a little glass of Buffalo Trace in me or not, but problem is that, just like everyone else probably, if you tend to drink a little alcohol, for me especially, like I tend to want to talk a little bit more than I already do with my motor ass mouth. So that could be potentially troubling because I really want to hear Reed out and listen to his thoughts. But yeah, I'm gonna see my sister Sass next weekend. Been trying to motivate myself to start running with her and do a little half marathon, but I don't know, man. You get, the most I've ever done inside was I think 5.5 miles. The most I've ever done outside was 3 miles. And I just after that 3, 4, 5 miles, like how do I do more? And then you think about it, like double that distance outside in the Florida heat. Some days I come home from work 4 or 5 o'clock, 3, 4, whatever the case may be, and I go outside, run outside then, and it's just freaking brutal. So hot. And I'm just trying to wonder if that's something I can push through and really get to. I didn't start running until I was like 27, 28, and never been something I've been good at. But ever since I've been doing it now in small doses, 1 to 3 miles, you really start getting that runner's high. And I can't imagine what that gets like when you get past that threshold I'm kind of stuck at right now, the 3 to 5 mile mark. So she sent me a little thing, a Hal Higdon or whatever course on how to train for those things. But if anyone out there, good runner, new runner, seasoned runner, you got any advice for me? Let me know. I'm gonna see her next week. I'm probably gonna get a little sippy sip on because we're gonna go. She's coming down to her daughter's in a softball tournament right near Orlando. My niece Ava, shout out, baby girl. Hopefully you're gonna do big things there. I'm sorry I can't see you for the tournament, but I'm gonna visit her. Just come down, drive down for the day, and go to Universal and Islands Adventure. And it's fucking crazy because I always got so excited with the idea of moving to Florida and going to Universal or any of the parks and getting the residential discount, right? So I go on there and start looking for tickets a week ago when we were talking about it. And I go online and start seeing Florida residents apply for 65%. I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. Then you go on, it's multi-day tickets. I'm in a pickle because she's going to be down there getting there at like 1 o'clock. So I'm pretty much planning on, or 12 o'clock, I think. So leave my house 8:30 ish. But then I'm like, do I leave really early and get there early and do a whole day? Even though I've been like do 3, 4 hours, but I'm like 3, 4 hours walking alone in fucking Disney World as a 30-year-old bald freak. Nah, I'm good. So it's pretty cool. I met a guy last Saturday morning at Jiu Jitsu Open Mat, Ricardo, and he's from that area. And he said, "Hey, I'm from Orlando. If you're ever in the area," and I said, "Oh, actually, 2 weeks I'm going to be there." So they do an open mat, and I think at 11 a.m. I was talking to him last night. So I'm trying to think if I can maybe work that out, go and get my ass beat for an hour and a half, and then go see the Grinch and Cat in the Hat and Spider Man and whatever the fuck else is there. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying this process right now. As frustrating it is, trying to get it uploaded on all three of the platforms simultaneously, and then not to mention like people that don't use Spotify, the people that use Pandora instead of Spotify, the people that just use Apple Podcasts. Trust me, I mean, every day I'm trying, on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays right now, or sometimes just Thursdays and Fridays. My boss rides along with me where I do Mondays and Tuesdays alone. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we do it together. And like today, he was driving. So while he's driving in between stops, I'm on the iPad, I'm chatting. with customer support on Anchor and Apple, and then I'm running out the shops, going to collect money, bash some skulls in with some ratchets, come back in, do the next thing. And I'm not making much headway with the Apple stuff. So, like I said, I'm on Reddit. I'm trying. Rest assured, I am trying. If you can just deal with the Spotify for now, I really appreciate it. And anybody at all, you got any constructive criticism, anything that you don't like about it, anything I'm doing too much of, please let me know. I'm trying to work on this. I mean, obviously I have an ego, but I'm trying to dissolve myself as much as I can from that right now in this process and figure out what I can do better. Cause I don't try to claim that I'm going to get famous or get big or get paid off of this, but goddamn if I'm not going to try, right? I mean, I'm going to come on here, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to tell some stories, I'm going to talk to people, get better at talking to people, get better at listening, uh, learn how to incorporate. Like right now, I'm working on setting up a desk, so I can have my laptop set up facing me a little bit further away, get the full body shot so you can see this fucking dude, these abs, stupid, absolutely fucking stupid. No, so like I kind of have like the mix of like the little bit of beer belly, and then like you can see kind of the quasi six pack. It's quite an interesting little half breed. Fucking mudblood at the abs, mudblood midsection. So yeah, literally like these are the kind of thoughts that run through my brain all day, and I think of one thing and I just lose something, and you know it's why I kind of want to do this and just get people's thoughts. And like one of my all-time best friends, Brian. I grew up with him, like him, myself, and my friend Maddie. Like we grew up, we were so close. They were both a year older than me, but we did like so much stuff in like they were both a year up, but like we all went to the same elementary school. In middle school and high school, I went somewhere else than them, but we just always stayed so close. And obviously, like them living up north and just having me with a lot of my friends. They live up north, I live down south. I'm trying to figure out my stuff, figure out my life, figure out what I want to do. They're up there chasing crazy careers that are extremely time consuming, met girls, getting married, that kind of thing. So you just naturally lose touch over the years. But like, there's another thing, you start doing this, and it's maybe another, as stupid as it sounds, it's another motivational way to keep in touch with the people that really matter to you. So, very important to me. I am try to consider myself a very positive person. I try to spread my love and joy and positivity everywhere I go, and I hope people can see that. I try to make friends with everybody I meet and try to make them laugh. I know it sounds stupid, but anyone I come across, it's like truly my goal. If I'm out at a restaurant, I'm sitting in a bar, I want to make the bartender laugh. If I'm working my sales job and I'm trying to go in and sell stuff, I'm trying to make you laugh. Like, it's what I do. It's what I want to do. Like, I know most people listen to this and not watch it, but I'm just pulling up on my phone. Like, 2 days ago, I'm walking around in all these shops wearing, like, you can see it right here. Like, this is what I'm wearing into the shops each day. Like, walking around with a wig on, with a giant lab coat, with goggles, just having fun. And like, I don't mind being the butt of the joke, being laughed at. That's kind of what I want. So yeah, this is all just practice, getting better. I even told my mom that I was maybe I'll have you on for an episode. Uh, Good or bad, you might all see how I can be so flippity with my mother, and you might all lose some respect, but she knows I love her so much. It's just my personality, my sarcastic asshole nature. And so yeah, I'm just trying to so anyways, like I was saying, my buddy Bry, you know, we haven't stayed in touch over the last couple of years, and I take so much of the blame for all these people I've lost touch with. And then you realize you shoot one text message or have one phone call or see him. Like when I went to his wedding, like nothing changes. You're still as close as you ever were. You just don't communicate as much, and that kind of stuff means so much to me. And he was the kind of friend growing up where his cousins were almost like my cousins. Like I can literally probably list off his mother's side of his family quicker than I could list off my mother's side of my family. Like it's that kind of thing. So Billy and Johnny, my two boys, they're identical twins. They're, I don't know, growing up, it seemed like they were 20 years younger than me. And then when I saw them at the wedding, like they're drinking, they're going nuts, they're telling me they're 25, 26, 27, whatever. And I'm like, holy shit. So, they're twins. I want to have them both on at the same time. And we could just talk about our days going to the swim club as kids, and, their mom thinking I'm like the worst influence in the world. And I remember when I saw her at the wedding, I was like, I swear to God, like I'm not a bad person. I just cursed a little bit, was a little rowdy. So yeah, just good times, man. I'm just looking to relive the memories, recap them, build on new memories, get in touch with some older people. that I haven't talked to as much. One guest I got confirmed coming up in 1st of July. My boy Bill Snow. We worked together at Sherwin-Williams for about a year and a half. Literally haven't talked to the guy 6 years probably. Texted him today, tried to plan something out. We just kind of clicked like old days, and we set it up. So first time we're going to be on the podcast is literally the first time we're going to be talking in like 6 years, and I think that's kind of cool and organic just to have it like that. But if I didn't finish my thought earlier, like how I was saying about Sharif and I, we were thinking about doing something like that, right? And I told him maybe we can branch out and this could be your brainchild and you could start your own thing and then I could be on there and help you out. Not help you out, but just be there as another person to bounce ideas off of. Because yeah, the idea of me talking to people, all different walks of life, different jobs, different backgrounds, different upbringings, different beliefs, anything. Like if you know anyone that wants to talk, is open-minded, successful, poor, like I don't care. Let's talk. I'm here to have fun, here to spread the word. And obviously I hate to sound like it, but if you guys don't mind, like if you listen to it and you enjoy it, tell your friends, tell anybody. Like I'll try to explain, my life and my situation, sum it up every couple episodes. Not beat over the head like a dead horse, but anytime, potentially I might be getting someone new that's listening, I kind of explain why I'm doing this, what my whole get up's about, and what I'm looking to get out of this. And it's just fun, man. So oh yeah, I look forward to getting between my brother, my three sisters, my nieces, my nephews, my mom and dad, like my brother-in-law Bob. These are all people I want to have on. Like when I say guest or whatever, like it's just people I love and I just want to talk to. So not to be cheesy, but just know if I ask you to come on the show, it means, I think you're a good person. I would love to chat. So should we end it there? I don't know how long it's been going, but just wanted to kind of, it's a pretty long update on the video and the audio stuff, but just kind of want to keep you guys informed on that. Try to keep a pretty narrow range of topics for this one. But yeah, Friday night should be getting my boy Reed on. Looking very much forward to that. Ask him some questions, check in on his life, see how everything's been, reconnect. Just kind of let him dictate the conversation. I got a couple highlighted points I'd like to talk about, but other than that, steer the ship, Reed. You're my Captain Jack Sparrow. I swear to God, I won't cancel you. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in on this one. And seriously, thank you very much. And try to upload this Wednesday night. Try to upload it tonight. Get it out there. And yeah, we'll call. I don't want to call it an emergency episode or like a half episode or maybe just season 2, episode 2. How does that sound? Yeah, I think we'll do it. All right. Thank you guys. Good night. Love you. Verbal Garbage out.